The one director. Wow, I'm being bored. I'm supposed to do an icebreaker, and I kind of suck at it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh wait, I thought the facilitator was supposed to do that.
If they are, then that's really for me because I'm not good at it. It says Zoom Master, but whatever. I'd rather not.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little. Anyways,
What are we saying? We're gonna do an icebreaker.
Oh yeah,
Facility?
Zoom Master makes a icebreaker.
Go for it.
I mean, sure, I'll think of something on the spot. What is one favorite thing that you like to do to relax and accommodate yourself whenever you're not working?
Oh, YouTube and music for me.
All right, okay.
Sudoku.
Sudoku? Oh.
I like to go surfing in my free time.
Nice.
Oh, do you live near a beach?
Yeah, I'm in Seacoast, New Hampshire, so like Hampton area.
That must be awesome. That must be really awesome.
Wow.
Not too bad.
Cool.
Hmm.
I would say music for me, and used to be video games, but now all of the video games I play are too hard and stressful.
It's made for the competitive guys.
So yeah.
And yeah, I guess for me it's mainly music, exercising, and I like to play single player games when there's not really a lot of stress, you know.
Man, like what? What's your
Say Dark Souls.
I'm a big fan of like I played Final Fantasy 15. I recently finished the Halo Master Chief Collection. Those kind of games that I can just get on and play to relax.
Okay. Dig that. Cool.
All right.
How's
So-
everybody doing today?
Pretty good. Let me just pull up my canvas and see if I can get on today's module.
All right. So Earl, you actually did the next step already, which is asking everyone how they're doing today. That's great.
Very.
Yeah.
I'm a little irritated. I've been having severe internet issues. If you haven't noticed, I haven't had my camera on this entire time. It's because for the last 3 weeks or so, every time I turn my camera on, my internet just goes down the toilet. And every time I contact Comcast about this, I can't get a hold of a person. And it's like, at this point, it's not an issue that I can solve on my end.
Mhm.
Like, I'm a technical guy. I can solve it if I could, but... So, like, the last 24 hours, I've been trying to upload a 350 megabyte video or whatever it was. And my internet's just like, nope, not going to happen. Like, yeah.
I dig that. Well, I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. How's everything going with your Lambda school stuff?
For me, the Lambda school is going really well. Like, this, well, that requires a little bit of a preface. I was in the same group or whatever unit with Eli. And so I already went through all of Unit 2 pretty much, and I made it all the way to Build Week. And in Build Week, I ran into some things that kind of flustered me, and I realized, you know what? I'm not absorbing the information adequately, and I could probably like force my way through Build Week and be in Unit 3 with Eli. But I don't. I actually want to learn the information and absorb all of it. So I opted into Flex by Unit 2. So right now I'm on easy breezy. Like, I've already done this mode.
Cool.
I'll have a lot more challenge, I think.
Yep.
Unit 2 was definitely, as I recall, there was definitely a lot of info.
Yeah. In fact, it's probably my favorite one so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Unit 2. I liked some aspects of Unit 1, like it was cool, but Unit 2 is like kind of where I want to be anyways so far. That and NLP would be really nice to delve into.
You want to hand it off to somebody, Nick?
Yeah, I apologize. Let's go with William.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Just how we're doing?
Yeah, how's everything going?
Not doing too bad. Today's assignment for myself was easier than yesterday's, so that felt good.
What was
Learned
today?
some
And what
things
was
that I
yesterday?
could have. What?
What was today and what was yesterday? I don't remember.
Today.
Yesterday was making features, I think. If it's
Yeah.
Unit 1, Week 1.
He's right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's incredible. The first week was just so incredible in Lambda.
And then
First-
yeah, today we were like concatenating a bunch of like files and stuff like that. So yeah, that was cool.
Cool.
Tomorrow is going to be incredible for you. You get to do actual detailed plots of your data.
Nice.
Well,
Look forward to it.
do you have some history with coding already then?
Myself, yeah, a little bit with MATLAB, nothing with Python though.
Mm.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited for you. Yeah, unit 1 I think was pretty fun.
Yeah, good to be actually getting into some stuff now. And
Cool.
so yeah, not doing too bad. I'll pass it off to Eli.
All right. So I'm currently still on the first week of Unit 3. What kind of strikes me as a bit odd about this, in combination with the new format, is that a lot of this week isn't being spent on concepts per se. I mean, the big one for this week is OOP, which I'm already kind of familiar with. But a lot more of this is spent on like getting new accounts set up and setting up Docker and
Oh,
Pep8 and
Oh,
Hippie
it's
and
a
whatnot.
nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a good thing that I've already done OOP though, so I'm not too worried about how it's going to go. I am already looking forward to the build week though, is that's when I have the most fun, I think.
Cool. Yeah. So they're setting up like environments for you guys? Like, is that all the pip install and all that stuff?
Pippy or PYPI is the Python package installer.
Mhm.
Pep8 is something else about packages as well, and Docker is just this container thing.
Yeah. Pep8 is your style guide. So that
Yeah.
Pep8 is just like how they would recommend that you code Python.
Like just setting up locally, you have a bunch of other stuff. It actually feels kind of inferior to what we had before in a way, because we have more rather than less, and way more is less.
Definitely, I think notebooks. So you're not in notebooks anymore, right? You're like in a local environment.
Yeah, we have a local setup.
I think notebooks encourage more like experimentation and playing around more. So it's like a little bit more fun when you're like in a notebook, because you can just try stuff out. And once you're in a local environment, now you're like a real software developer. You got to like sit, like half your time is like this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then you code. Whereas in a notebook, you just dive in there and you're just playing, and it's really fun.
Oh yeah, the point of it is to just like get closer to the actual experience.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Cool.
Right. I think you're the only one left, Earl.
Am I? Okay. No, well, Marcos didn't go. Did you go, Marcos?
Oh, right.
oh yeah, no, I haven't go. Yeah, right. Don't worry, even I forgot. Yeah, today I took a look at logistic regression. Basically just had to classify some data and see how well it was labeled. Also dealt with cross-validation, see how the precision was doing with the cross-validation and the training, and then the training and the test. Pretty handleable right now. Definitely got to cover a little bit more of the math of it, because I still don't understand very well like the mathematics behind how cross-validation works, because you divide the data into sets and then try every set individually. But yeah, so it's definitely something I have to take a look into.
Cool. If you get a handle on that math, dude, you are a beast. I think most, like 90-something% of people, they're just letting it run. So yeah, let me know if you get a handle on that math. Cool. Well, and that's unit 2, right?
Yeah, Unit 2.
Super. Yeah. And then you got a competition coming up, right?
Kaggle, yeah, next week.
Yeah.
Is it the same as the one I did? Because the one I did was Tanzanian water wells.
I'm not sure. They're going to give it to us next week.
Yeah.
Super cool. Cool. Well, yeah. So in Unit 4 land, we're like almost back to Unit 2 basically, but it's just natural language processing instead of, you know, the models that you guys were doing. And it's okay. You know, a lot of people were excited about it. But today was very interesting, and I guess I give you guys a preview of it. So you do like 2 weeks, and there's a lot of, I mean, 2 units, and there's a lot of continuity. And then the third unit is, I guess, they consider that maybe a CS unit, you know, sort of, right?
Yeah.
And so you don't touch models really like that whole time. You're going to touch it a little bit, like at the end, I guess, when you do your team build week, if they keep it the same. And then all of a sudden back in Unit 4, you're back to models, right? So what I would advise you guys to do is make sure you keep all of your notebooks and everything super organized, okay? Make sure that you, if you're creating functions to do some tasks for model building, like functions to clean, right? Make sure you take those functions and you put them into a notebook, right? And put good notes, because you're gonna have to go back and use stuff that you literally haven't touched in like 2 months, okay? Because you'll be right back to models and you haven't touched a model, right, for 2 months, okay? So keep all of, right now, just make sure you keep all of your notebooks super organized. If you guys don't have, like you guys have everything in like Google Drives or something? Are you guys using Google Drive at all?
Yeah.
Make sure you
Group
keep,
collab, yeah.
okay, make sure you keep everything organized in your drive so that you can just do a search and grab that, right? Because that's going to save you so much time in the future. And here's what happened today. So case in point, today we spent 2 days this week learning about natural language processing. And then today we did a live Kaggle competition, okay? So we had 25 minutes to source the data from the competition page, build a model, and do a submission, right? So convert it back to the submission form. And so this kind of, we had to use our Python, we had to use our model building, we had to do, you know, do it all. And we were back to notebooks, and we haven't been in notebooks for like a month, right? And so there are about 15 people in the cohort. Only 5 of us were able to submit.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So 66%, okay, of the whole cohort just failed.
Wait,
Okay.
what? Unit 4?
Yes, they just couldn't do it. There were some people who couldn't even remember how to load the data into the notebook.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty basic.
Right, but if you haven't done it in 2 months, right, and you're not organized,
Keep your
right?
skills fresh.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
all right. So just keep your stuff organized. If you're, I guess you guys don't have TLs anymore. So whoever your mentor is, if they're not on you to comment your code, you got to take it upon yourself to comment your code. And don't think of it as commenting the code so much. Like in the production environment, you probably aren't going to have to take super serious comments. You know what I mean? You're going to have to comment enough. Right now, over comment your code, because 6 weeks from now, you're going to be right back to that code. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, that's about it for me.
Alrighty. I think we can go on to the next one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Okay.
And we got 5 minutes to
Professional
spend.
goals.
That's good.
What are your long-term goals? This is the interview stuff.
Okay. Did everybody do their
Oh yeah, we did the
SMART
smart
goals?
stuff last time. Just a moment. Should I share first?
Sure, go for it.
I haven't. I just got access to the stuff today, so I'm kind of behind on all that nonsense. I'll be finishing up in tonight. But
Sure.
yeah, I have access to my cohort or any of the Canvas stuff for the first couple days.
No worries. We didn't have to complete everything. I think it was like kind of just have like 3, if we could try to have 3 things done with our SMART goals. Yeah.
Yep.
So go for it, Eli.
It says it's disabled. For me at least. that needs
Oh,
to be.
sharing? Yeah, sorry. Let me see if I can. I think I right click on your name here. More. I don't know how to do this. Share screen. Multiple part. Here, see if you can share now.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I sort of just like did a reiteration of what I hammered out yesterday. My goal is to become a data scientist, analyst, engineer, whatever that title may mean there, for a large company. Like ideally, it would be something like Amazon, Facebook, or Google. They kind of have high bars, I'm guessing. I haven't really looked into the application process for that, but that would be my highest goal, measured by completing steps required for the application, including things not essential but that will help. Like for example, like extra letters of rec. Like of course you're going to need more. Of course you're going to need at least a few references, but more the merrier. Stuff like that. Actually possible. I think that I can attain that just based off of what I know, what I'm capable of. Yeah. Realistic or relevant, sorry. It ties into my goal of gaining a good livelihood while I also spend my time on other stuff that I care about too, like music. I try and work on that in my free time. And time-based. I'm not really certain about deadlines as far as a career goes because I have options open at this point. I can go on the traditional college trajectory, or I can just go straight into a job after I'm finished with this whole Lambda school. And that's the short of my SMART goal.
Very cool.
Who's next?
I guess I can go next.
Super.
I didn't really jot it down. I just kind of like have it in my head. It's basically the idea that in 3 years, I want to have double the amount of experience in computer science, data science, and job experience compared to what I have right now. I can achieve this by taking around 1 to 2 courses in Coursera or EDX every month and having at least 3 months of experience every year. This really ties into my idea of just having as much of a strong curriculum as possible to be competitive in the market, and more than anything, have a more full stack profile that makes me capable of taking on more jobs than just what Lambda covers, and basically make me more capable in the eyes of recruiters and interviewers.
Nice. That's a good one.
Very cool. Yeah. If I were you, Marcos, I would definitely jot this stuff down because that way, you can hold yourself accountable. We can help you, hold you accountable. So definitely, I mean, I think you have a really clear, vision. And you too, Eli. I think you guys have complementary visions because I think Eli, your goal is like really big picture, and then I think Marcos has really drilled in, you know what I mean, to like really specific. Yeah. So I think that's cool. Super cool, man. Anybody else want to go?
Yeah, I've done this as well. I just haven't turned it into one thing. So in total, I think my main goal is to correct some like poor habits that I have in my life. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do so. Mainly habitual stuff. And so I've been using, for the last couple of months, I've been using the wake up every morning for Lambda. I wake up about an hour and a half earlier than I need to, go for a run, and then go and make myself some food and like actually set patterns and habits, which I haven't done maybe since I was somewhere around 12, because I did all pretty severe sleep apnea and insomnia, actually, not apnea. I apologize. And so my SMART goals have all been like in line with that, trying to set up to the point where I actually can go through and kind of be a normal human in some regards, even though that's never really the goal, but be able to at least emulate it in some capacity. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Cool. So some really personal things. Do you think those things are going to help you? Or I would say, what do you think will be the biggest impact on your Lambda school or your career? Like if you can kind of get some of those things, how do you think it'll impact Lambda school or your career search?
Well, in general, being able to like set myself to a schedule and like complete tasks and stuff like that is going to help me just better myself in a lot of ways. I already have like multiple revenue streams and stuff like that, and things that I want to do, and so the actual programming itself is helping me mainly, but being able to like improve myself in every aspect is like a big deal. It's something that I've had to deal with for a long time. So like already the structure of Lambda helps. I'm just double dipping a little bit. The information I'm learning from Lambda is obviously also a huge takeaway.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Giving myself structure.
William, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I can go quick.
Go for it.
Mine's definitely not super clear yet. I kind of did this based around like a job kind of goal, and that's tough to see because I don't really know really all the content we're going to be learning. But I know that why I kind of came into this was to look for a job in the cryptocurrency industry. So overall, I'd say that that's kind of one of my major goals. I think it's a little bit too early to start applying for those roles, but really what I want to focus on is making a list of companies that I think would be looking for this kind of role. So I've followed like on Twitter, Crypto Jobs Daily, and just trying to make a list of, places that are hiring for this kind of stuff. This is relevant to kind of what I want to do. Just, I've always had an interest in this space, so it's showing up on my timeline anyway. So it's popping up as it comes. And time bound, just I'm going to be reevaluating this probably in about a month. So just keep creating this list for now, not really setting any goals of how many companies I have to add or anything, and then figuring out when I want to start applying, then I'll reevaluate this and come back to it. Super.
That's interesting. I think your the cryptocurrency interest is interesting. I haven't so far. I know Bryce said he was interested in that. So far, in just cruising through Lambda, we haven't come across any specifically crypto in the data science, cruising through in the data science track. We haven't come across any specific crypto problems or, so I'd be curious to see if maybe you can Google like just crypto and data science and see what kind of gigs or how it's, related. That might be interesting, and I definitely would be interested in the results that you get back.
Yeah, there's definitely some companies that follow like a lot of cryptocurrency transactions, and because people are trying to make it private, there's government jobs that are following addresses that they know are connected to certain people and seeing where they're going. So that kind of data is super important. I know that would be one, but then there's the other side of people trying to promote piracy. So how can you break that down and make sure that your transactions can stay private?
Right. Yeah. That's super. Yeah. That's an interesting space. Cool.
Yeah. For sure.
What were you saying, Nick?
I'll just go on for a second. One thing to note about cryptocurrency, and I touched on this yesterday a little bit, is it's super scary. It's a super volatile market because it doesn't have the features attached to it. So you don't have any like forewarning for when like the market just drops like a rock and things like that, which drives a lot of margin traders and even swing traders away from it. It's a good investment strategy. I'm also super interested in like getting to the point where I can have relative confidence in trading and in like speculating on cryptocurrency. But it seems like it's I don't know. I think the data science is going to be really useful for that. I mentioned this earlier or yesterday with using data science to analyze regular trading, and cryptocurrency is effectively the same thing. You're looking at volume and volatility and trends and things like that, the pullback and like moving averages and all that nonsense. So I certainly see where William can go with that. It's interesting that you focus more on the security aspect of it. I think that's also very, I think blockchains is what I would look at for that more than anything, but both are excellent.
Yeah, and it's definitely different from like traditional securities where it's more of like a public space. So you can see where transactions are going, and if you can connect those with certain people, you can see what funds are holding what assets and things like that, and that all that information is public.
Right. So you're not necessarily talking about
I'm not sure I understand.
crypto like trading. What you're talking about is kind of accessing the transactional, like the transactional data to do other tasks.
Yeah, to do other tasks and to analyze that data and see how it probably could be used for trading. If you know one major fund is buying up a lot of some certain type of cryptocurrency, you could see, okay, there's large players invested in this. It might be more legit than other projects.
Okay. Super cool. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Well, I think I shared a little bit with you guys, that it just became clear to me, more clear to me that the space I want to end up in is data engineer. Did I discuss this with you guys? Yeah. And I definitely want to work very, very closely with like the corpus in the back end. Not so thrilled with training models, but you know, as it relates to the corpus directly, you know, it's kind of interrelated. And I definitely decided I want to be at a small to medium-sized company. Like I basically want to be at a company that's large enough that I will have a mentor. I don't want to be, you know, top, you know, or anywhere close. I don't want to be anywhere close to the top of the knowledge, you know, pool, right? I want to definitely be someplace where I can learn a lot. And to get this sort of, to make this happen, I decided that I want to try to complete 3 full pipeline projects before I'm done with Lambda. So side projects that are not associated with their labs or whatever. But I do want to work. I don't want those to be completely solo projects. I definitely want to work with at least maybe 1 or 2 other people on those projects. In terms of achievability, maybe 3 projects is not super achievable. So I'm going to reconsider this, but 100% it's got to be at least 1. So 1 full pipeline project that's like sourcing data, combining data, dealing with, you know, a business problem to being translated to an ML problem, feeding that through some probably going to have to end up being natural language processing model, and then creating the API for users to deal with it. And I think for the first project, I'm going to start out with the project I did for Twitch, because I'm very close to having kind of a bare bones thing. I just have to tweak it, deploy it, and deploy as an app, which means working on the API part. And I really need to the time bound thing is what I got to settle on. So maybe by the end of the week or this weekend, I will set a deadline for that particular Twitch project, and I'll shoot to you guys for feedback. Probably before then, you know, and you guys can give me your input on that.
Yeah, dude, that's super cool. Yeah. What specifically are you doing for your Twitch project?
So the project, it was my Unit 2 build week. So what it was is I took streaming data from 3 different sources. So the regular analytics from Twitch, some game data from Sullynome, which basically will record every single game that a streamer is streaming. So while you're streaming, they're polling Twitch to, you know, to keep track of that specific game and how long you stream. So I combined those two data sets, and then I combined another data set that had revenue that was earned that day. I made a classification problem. So basically, based on each day as an observation, and the target was how much money was made. And so based on the features, the algorithm or the model will predict whether that day is going to be worth it or not. So basically based on the time you stream, based on, characteristics of that day, the game, it'll say you're liable to make this much, or it's liable to be, a successful day for you. Right? So the idea would be that a specific streamer could put in their historical data, put in the parameters like how long are they going to stream? They're going to stream for 4 hours. They're going to stream this game. They typically have these many viewers, and it's this day of the week and blah, blah, blah. Is that day going to be worth it for them? Or should they spend their time doing something else that particular day? Right. So yeah, that would be my first project. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds, I'm interested to know how you're going to get around like some of the Twitch contracts, because I know they have what is it? They can't talk about how much they make via Twitch and their revenue streams.
Oh, sure they can. Sure they can. I'll send you a link. Well, actually, I put a link to my project in the
Okay.
Yeah, you can take a look at it. Right now, I did it for one. Like I said, I did it for one streamer, and all I have to do is adjust my cleaning function, and then any streamer will be able to upload their regular analytics. So like if you have a Twitch account or a YouTube account, there are just some base analytics that you can download, right, that they provide for you. You can download that as a CSV, send it to my model, right? Now, my model will have to scrape your other data for your particular account from like another site called Sullynome. That's what's keeping track of the games.
Yeah.
Right. So since my model uses that game data, use like Beautiful Soup to scrape for your particular account Sullynome, combine the data sets, right? Make the prediction, after you put in certain parameters, make the prediction. All right.
It's like a solid business proposition to me.
Yeah, that seems like it could turn into a nice business very quickly.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not really looking at it like that. I just want to see if I can pull it off. So
For sure.
I think the link is in our channel. Right?
Yep.
And we're at 1 minute. So I think that's good for that section. Where are we at now?
I think, let's see. We've done the long-term goals, right?
Pretty much. I think we did more than what they asked us.
Oh,
I think so too, yeah.
that's a first. Nice. Oh, well, got to do
Yeah,
the mandatory close.
Yeah. Of course. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And final reminders and takeaways, reflection form. Yeah. And I think, yeah, William's the note taker, right? Oh, Danny's muted.
There we go. Yeah, I just don't know what I'm really supposed to be taking notes on during this. Like the first one gave me instructions, take notes on like what we all had in common, things like that. But we kind of just all talked about our goals for this.
Mm-hmm.
Just say that we all, just note that we all gave goals, and that everybody wrote down. Oh, hold on one second. Okay. I think everybody jotted down their goals. So just note that. Note who was here. If
Cool.
somebody maybe didn't present their SMART goals because they weren't here, maybe note that. And that I think would be it. Do we have anything that we can look forward to for next time? Or we have any action items or anything like that?
let me see. So the next module is Goal Setting Connect. Like that's the last one, I think, before the sprint challenge is on Friday. Yeah, so what we're gonna do then is like a OKR, or Objectives and Key Results, a goal setting tool used by teams to set goals with measurable results. Yep.
Okay.
You might not know what the task will be yet, but you can set it related to team dynamics, timelines, and communication. Yeah. So last thing, recording. I think Marcos is the one who was recording. Like, he'll post that, and I will see you on the other side.
All right.
Thanks, guys.